evening, and welcome to another live edition of Sports Live with me, your host, Zach Hunley. I figured, we start out the show with some Back to the Future. It is Back to the Future Day. And finally back is my co-host.
Back into the future.
You are back in the, yeah, back.
But Tyler Meyer,
You're
are
finally back.
Finally.
I missed you.
It's only been one day.
Yeah, but that's a lot to take out for me.
It has. Well, from 8 to around 8:30, we are going to talk about major sports headlines in NFL, Major League, hockey, whatever. From 8:30 to 9, we're going to talk NHL news and scores. From 9 to 9:30, a small review of Week 7
That's
NCAA.
because you weren't here Monday, and I reviewed everything. So I figured I'd get your intake on both the NCAA and NFL.
And preview Week 8 and picks. And then from about 9:30 to 10 o'clock, we are going to review a small review of Week 6 and preview Week 7 and picks again.
More picks.
And I just want to throw this out there. Two-time, 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row for you, man.
Victory is mine.
Yeah. I'll give you some claps. But also, I got to give you some. Calm down, fans. Calm down. I know you love me. Calm down.
I don't know if they love you.
Oh, they love me.
I don't know if we'd go that far.
I guess we need to get some happy guns.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Yeah, you're in my world now, Grandma.
When you get in my world and you can beat me in picks, you come talk to me then.
You're just lucky. It's been a bad NFL season. Let's put it that way.
It's been a bad season for you in general. Your fantasy team sucks.
Hey, my fantasy team does not suck. I mean, I did lose this week, but it doesn't suck. I'm still in, 5th place.
5th?
Yeah.
And you're saying that's good?
Top 6, get into the playoffs.
What are you, in a six-man league?
No, 10-man league. 10-man.
Oh,
10-man.
okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so don't be, you're the one that, has one win.
Hey.
Lost to a woman.
Hey,
Lost to a woman.
I beat her in a revenge, and I killed her.
Yeah, revenge. You got to do that to win. You just beat her outright. That's how you're supposed to do it.
All right.
Oh,
well,
my. What a good start.
What a good start. You want to start off the stories, or do you want me to?
Okay, I can start out the stories here. I got some decently stories, except some of them aren't working out. But so I was looking up, and I found this story that the New York Mets, who is right now playing in a game, 4? Game 4 right now.
Game 4.
And I guess their website decided to get a little funky, or the people that are working decided to get a little, they're a little hungover or something. They prematurely declared themselves NL champions on team website, which where the game's going right now, it looks like that may happen. But, I mean, come on now.
Really?
Really, you got to do that? You got to put on... we can go buy our stuff now? Okay, let's buy my stuff. And then all of a sudden the Cubs do the Red Sox ordeal and come back and win 4.
But they're down 5-0 right now, as last we seen.
Yeah. Theo, hey, Theo. You listen to me, Theo? Yeah, what's going on with this magic, man? You did it in Boston. You can't do it in Chicago? Come on, man.
I think it's a clean sweep for the Mets.
Yeah.
It's the Cubs are too young. You sit there and
they're not just young. That's all they know how to do is hit home runs. They don't know how to drive runs in.
That's true, and
that's their problem.
And they really don't have anybody besides.
They don't have pitching.
Jake Arrieta.
They need more pitching.
Yeah,
more pitching. The Twins have pitching. Not really. I mean, a bunch of number 4 starters doesn't count, but
Yeah.
But we'll get to that, in the springtime when, spring training, maybe they make this miraculous deal and they, throw out like $150 million. Wink, wink. 150 to Zach Greinke. Wink, wink.
There was a report that actually
reports are false always.
But, you never know. It's all talk. It's all rumors. It's all everybody trying to hype people up.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, yeah, we wanted Zach Greinke, but the next best option was a guy that was worth $500,000.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's how Terry Ryan runs. But, yeah, so back to that again. It was, to me, you're kind of dissing the Cubs in a way by sitting there saying, well, yeah, the series ain't over yet, but, hey, we're champs already.
Yeah, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of unsportsmanlike, in a way.
Yeah, but we can't give him a unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well,
Sorry, there's no rule.
you can't.
This next one I thought was really funny, even though it's possible, but I think he's like 40, 41, 42 right now? 40. I think he's 40. Tom Brady. He's 40, I believe, if I remember right. Tom Brady says he wants to play in the NFL for another 10 years.
What?
10 years, folks. 10 years. So he's going to break Brett Favre's record and still thinks he can win Super Bowls.
Well,
Oh, yeah, with the team he's got, yeah.
you keep Gronk, you keep Edelman,
You just keep everybody.
you keep
a line.
having running backs that can come in and produce. They don't have to put
You don't even
200 yards up on, and it's just,
all you have is a line. You got a line. He doesn't get sacked.
yep.
I mean, he
that's
could
true.
be 80 years old and still don't know how to run. And
He could be in a walker and still play. I don't know. Well,
that's a
we
little far.
We won't go that far.
We've witnessed that one. I mean, Brett Favre was already in a walker when that happened.
Yeah, he should have just ran.
10
the ball.
years. Okay, we don't need to talk about that. He did run the ball in Washington, and he ran for 5 yards and then gave, what's his name, a hug. I don't know if you remember that, but
I do. I can't think of his name, but
Rick Spielman, I thought it was.
yeah.
Maybe it was Spielman. I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't really care. But 10 years. That would make him pretty much in and around 50 years old.
Yeah.
Favre stopped at, 42? I think is when he hung it up, 42. In this day and age, you probably could play to your 50.
You could. I don't know. The way.
The question is who's going to outbeat who? Is Brady going to play longer? Or is Peyton Manning going to continue to play? Is he just going to wait till he gets the freaking ring? Because Week does that, and he may be in that. He may not even be in a walker. You know what? He's going to be in a wheelchair.
I think honestly.
I think this is last year.
I do too. This year, if not this year, next year definitely.
Man, if you looked at Sunday's game, number one didn't help him was, you have one of the best receivers, and he dropped 3 balls.
Yeah. Granted,
They weren't great throws, but, he's just, I don't know. He's
yeah,
over his
Granted, they still won, but
Yeah. So, Tom Brady playing another 10 years, that's absurd.
maybe though.
I don't know. I was looking for something I had, but I don't have anything. Dang.
But anyway, going to the
Next one I have on my list, that I have at least, I don't know about yours, but, oh yeah, I know about yours. Pretty good ones you got coming up. But Rookie of the Year actor Thomas Nicholas, he heads from Los Angeles early this morning, to fly all the way to Chicago, and will wear the Henry Rowan Gardner from the Rookie of the Year for the first time since the movie in 1992. And, well, that didn't bring much luck because they are down 5-0. So, yeah, he hadn't put on that jersey. Every time he came back, he put on with his last name. And this time he called and requested a Henry Rowan Gardner jersey. Now, just like if that movie was real and they could use that arm right now.
they could.
98 miles an hour. Well, if you need an arm, folks, just call Toronto. They got an infielder that can throw it 92 miles an hour.
And to update you, it is actually 6-0.
Oh, good Lord. Congratulations to the New York Mets.
Don't premature.
Sorry. I got it.
Premature.
I'm sorry, Back to the and of all things, it's on Back to the Future Day.
Oh my goodness, yes it
Of
is.
all days, they're going to get swept on Back to the Future Day when they were supposed to win the World Series.
That's true.
Unbelievable, folks. What are they going to blame now? Steve Bartman again?
I don't think you can.
Oh, where's Steve Bartman at? He's the one. He didn't come to any of the games. Damn Chicago. That's all I say. Damn Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Too young.
They're young. They're inexperienced crowd, Works out. And then the final one I have, which is...
The final, that's
The
it?
final one that I have.
You're
I
terrible.
told you to write some.
You're terrible.
Because I wanted to split them. Don't tell me I'm terrible. You're the one stuck in a box. So don't be telling me anything. I got a big room. You got a little box
Hey,
that you barely can fit in.
wow. You call me fat?
Well, I'm fat too, but I mean...
All right, fair enough.
But this is funny because this guy is an available head coach if anybody wants him. Brady Hoke. Yes, the Brady Hoke from the old Michigan stomping ground. He came out and said he wouldn't have punted on the final play against Michigan State, and he said he would have ran the ball or threw a play-action pass. He said, well, you got the number one deal, one of the top defenses. Why not make tough on Michigan State? He's got a point.
He does.
But he's
and
not the coach. He's the one fired.
Yes, but he has a great point. But I still would have lined up and punted that football.
Yeah,
But
because
the-
it's still,
but the
it's
thing-
still Cook.
No, the thing is, you sit there and you look at the play clock. You looked at how much game clock was left. He could have just not snapped the ball, and the time would have expired, and they would have won no matter what. I don't know why you hiked the football.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Indianapolis. So.
Well,
that guy. If I was head coach there, I'd just bench him the rest of his life.
yeah.
And we don't even speak of that. That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't a play. It was just to sit there and try to get him off sides.
Yeah.
And it just was hiked. Michigan, however, they hiked it, and just the punter couldn't hold on to it. And then he tried to, I think, throw it, and, well, that failed, and then they ran it back. And the unfortunate thing is, for the Michigan State guy, yeah, he did get to score the touchdown, the winning touchdown. Unfortunately, he won't play another snap the rest of the season. He broke, something. He broke a body. I think he broke his leg or something. Like
really?
He broke his knee.
On that play?
Yeah, on that play. He hurt himself. Yeah, he's out for the season.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so he didn't even get to celebrate. Yeah, he's out for the season. Very interesting. You make a great play and you're out for the season. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Very interesting. But we had a good fun first few minutes there. But it's just getting started here on Sports Live. We're going to take a quick music break and then come back with Tyler's good stories that he's got for the headlines. So this is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. Welcome back to Sports Live. Again, with me, your host, Zach Cully, and my co-host, Tyler Meyer. All right, Tyler, what you got for us in store for more headlines?
Well, we got a 5-year, $82 million contract for Tristan Thompson for the Cleveland Cavaliers as they agree to a deal. $82 million for him. I do not think he is worth it.
He's not even close to being worth it. I mean, he's good, and he helps the Cavaliers,
but when you have LeBron and Kyrie,
he's just not worth that money.
No.
It's that? Okay, fine. You give him the money, you get rid of Kevin Love.
That too.
That's how you do it.
But do you give up Kevin Love?
Yeah, well, Kevin Love's overrated. We know that. His defense sucks.
His defense sucks. He's injury prone, but
he's a good offensive player,
can still
but he
put
can't
up
play
points
defense.
and rebounds.
Can't play defense.
No.
Can't play defense worth a junk. That's why we got rid of him. There was a reason why we got rid of him.
Nah, we got rid of him because he wanted. He cried
wanted
his
to
way
leave.
out
Well,
of
he
here.
cried like Garnett did, but now Garnett's back. So we don't make fun of Garnett anymore. Not anymore.
If K Love comes back,
K Love comes back,
you
then
make
we
fun
won't
of him.
No, we won't make fun. But
No?
when he comes back, he'll probably be 100 years old.
Maybe
He won't come back. Because he'll win like 5 rings in Cleveland, and LeBron will be retired, and Love will be retired, and not saying I don't want to see Cleveland win, because I do. Because I want to see LeBron bring peace to that city, because they have nothing.
I hate LeBron.
They have the Browns, who suck. They have the Indians, who's terrible and not that good. Just feel sorry for them.
Yeah,
So that's why they got the Cavs. That's my piece. Thank you. I dropped the mic.
but anyway, we have
I can't really drop the mic, but, I dropped the mic.
Jermichael Finley of the Packers, tight end. He officially retires. He says signs told him to quit trying to make a comeback, that the game was getting too violent, and with his physical condition, the decision was easier. Decision was easier. You feel Jermichael could have came back?
No, he was done.
He was done.
Yeah, that neck injury pretty much took care of him.
Yeah, it's
Once you get one of those, it's done. I quit.
It's unfortunate because he was a good tight end.
Oh, he was good. Yeah, he was a good tight end. And even let's say I mean this is totally false, because it is false, because I'll say it a million times. It's false. Let's say I was a great player in the NFL and I get a get a neck injury. I'm done. I'm not going to risk it anymore. I can handle the concussions aren't the worst. I mean, yeah, they're bad, but you can fix through that. A neck injury, then you start to get paranoid when you're out there.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh man, one shot.
Do I lower my shoulder?
There's a lot of stuff that just you get paranoid with, and you just want to. Yeah, it's enough's enough. To me, it's a hanging up. He had a good career while it lasts.
Yeah.
But it was time to hang it up.
Exactly.
No reason to try to build back, and then all of a sudden something happens.
Yeah, because
that's me.
Heck, he could have been paralyzed. He could have died.
Yeah. There's a lot of ordeals that could have happened.
That hit was very scary. I don't remember if you've seen it.
I don't remember. I forgot about it, but I I tend to forget about big hits. It's not as bad as what's his name getting slashed as a goalie back in like 1980, whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Ugh, just watching that video kind of just scares me. Still don't know how he's alive, but those good doctors.
But Cam Newton of the
Good old
Carolina Panthers says,
good old Cam, former Gator, by the way. You didn't know that. He
No.
was. Chris Leak was the starting quarterback. Tebow was number 2, and Newton was third. He wanted to be the starter over Tebow after Leak left, so he left.
"Oh wow."
Yeah. And plus, he threw a bunch of computers out the window, so that's why he went to Auburn.
Well,
We didn't want him.
anyway, Cam Newton says NFL media should get pay deducted for bad predictions. He says Cam Newton's referring to the media saying that the Panthers are not good, that they do not have an offense, and they don't have wide receivers.
But they don't.
Granted, they don't have wide receivers.
But let me get to this, okay? Cam, I want to know one thing. You think the media should get deducted. So let's just say this then. For you not to play well and for to kill everybody's fantasy team, then you should get deducted and pay then. You should lose money. If I have a crappy week because you decided to have a bad week, you should get paid deducted then. How does that feel?
I
We
agree.
predict wrong, then why can't you get deducted?
Most of us put money in for this fantasy.
Yeah, we all do.
So
even though
we-
it's technically illegal.
Well,
It is in the state of Minnesota. It is illegal. By the way, just, by law, it is illegal. But, everybody does it.
we should almost get pay reduced from Cam.
Well,
Get big old
geez.
checks of a couple million.
I mean, if you're gonna find media guys for saying, well, I'm gonna take, for example, Pittsburgh over Carolina this week, just because they predicted that you wouldn't win.
yeah, it's preference.
So that means when I sit there and when they predict how many points you have in fantasy and you don't get that prediction, then I want some money,
No kidding.
and you owe me money, or you get deducted and you give the NFL back money, or give the charity money.
Yes, exactly.
Why should the people that are, doing their job to predict, their job is to criticize you.
And
That's
predict.
their job.
And
They're
make
not
their
saying
picks.
you're garbage or terrible or swearing at you on TV, except Dan Patrick, of course.
He slipped up the F-bomb.
Yeah, he slipped the F-bomb today. Accidentally. And they, all the people that was with him yelled at him, but he wasn't yelling at anybody saying that. But, I mean, just sit there and go, these people predict the wrong. Yeah, but you look at your team, you don't have any receivers. When Ted Ginn Jr. Yes, the Ted Ginn Jr. that played at Ohio State and was really highly rated and turned out to be a dud after he came into the NFL is your number 1 receiver, and then you got former Michigan wide receiver Devin Funchess as your number 1 and 2. Yeah, and he was a tight end at Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have a wide receiver in Kelvin Benjamin. Don't get me wrong, he is good, but the problem is he's out.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you have receivers. You have a tight end. You got a tight end
You
that's
do
good.
have a tight end.
You got a good tight end. You got an okay running back. Not really great.
No.
Stewart's not great. Never has been. It's always been a death trap. But you don't have any receivers.
Yep.
Ted Ginn Jr. is a receiver. He's just not a great one.
Yeah. He's like a... I can't even think of who.
I don't know. I would say like a...
Jericho Cotchery.
Oh, gosh. Jared, that's a guy you bring up, Jericho Okrochi?
He somehow managed to put up numbers
gosh.
every once in
No,
a while.
that's like, what's his name with Pittsburgh? Can't think of his name now.
Heinz.
Darius Hayward Bay.
Yeah.
You get what's his name was suspended. Now he came back last week in a monster week. And then all of a sudden, Darius Hayward Bay hadn't done anything in weeks, or years, I should say, and all of a sudden, bam, he gets 2 touchdowns. And well, that was before Big Ben got hurt. But
yeah.
That story over there is over.
That's a different question.
Yeah. But, I mean, to sit there and be like, yeah, these guys just put numbers up. Yeah, I mean, Ted Ginn, yeah, he, had 2 touchdowns in one game, but unfortunately he only had 16 total yards.
Yeah.
Well, for fantasy users, they're not going to use him. Oh, I mean, yeah, for the points for touchdowns, but, when he's getting, 4 catches for 15 yards and 2 touchdowns, that doesn't do anything. But, Cam, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
We love you. You're a good guy. You do a lot of good things. You just need to shut your mouth on this.
He does.
Putting that down. The judge is ordered. Judge Huntley has ordered. Shut your mouth.
Bravo.
Or do what Mike Ditka did on Sunday and just, fart.
Fart.
I watched that video. That was funny. Fart and all Chris Carter's like, oh my gosh. Or that was Monday night. That was
Monday night.
That was Monday night.
Yeah.
Just all I heard was this big fart, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah,
Ditka.
it was-
He's getting to that old age where you can't tell when it comes out.
At least he didn't like.
So to recap, shut your mouth, Cam. That's it. I got my piece and word done.
But
Word.
me and you kind of discussed this.
Oh, good Lord.
A little earlier today.
Well, we didn't really discuss it. We kind of just yelled and then decided we'd do this.
Yeah. Everson Griffin's sickness on Sunday made him deactivated from the game, and Daniel Hunter started that. Well, it turns out that the Vikings are under investigation by the NFL for not properly listing Everson Griffin on the injury report. But I'm sorry, I sit there and think the injury report needs to be stated on Friday. Okay?
Yep. By rule.
By rule.
By the NFL.
By rule by the NFL, a player that does not play Sundays need to be reported by Friday.
That's a great rule.
But-
Absolutely right.
But the dude sits there, comes in Sunday sick. He
Play.
practiced Friday, full participant, no limitations.
Yep. Then he's got to play.
He comes in Sunday sick. You cannot control sickness.
No, you can, but you got to play.
No, you don't.
By
If you're
by the state of the NFL, you have to play.
no, if you're sitting there puking, if you're sitting there bleeding from the mouth,
Michael Jordan had 104 temp when he won the game 5.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it's Michael
That's
Jordan.
game 5.
It's Michael Jordan.
That's playoffs.
Yeah.
This is regular season.
Yeah. Just because.
How
do you know he was puking? Maybe it was just an excuse.
But time out. How do you sit there and classify a sickness when you don't know what kind of sickness it is? He could have came down with cancer. He could have came.
Oh, come on, that would come out way early. You wouldn't just sit there and say, "Oh, he was ill if he had cancer."
He could have came down with
No.
some kind of sickness that could cause long-term problems if he played. He
Well, then you cut him.
No, you do not.
Then you cut him. If
You
it
don't
comes down
cut-
to that,
You don't
cut
cut one of the best defensive ends
I'm
in
not
the
saying he's not
NFL.
great. I'm just saying if it's gonna come down to your little theory that he has this could have this long-term illness, you cut him.
No,
Well, then you prove my point. He plays.
he does. No, you cannot force a player to play that's sick.
You have to. Okay. Anybody
You
listening?
make me sick.
Oh, yeah, well, you already are sick. But I'm bummed. All right, folks. Anybody listening? We'd like to hear your opinion on this little story. 507-537-6350 is the number. If you want to give your take, you take Tyler's side, that there's no big problem on it, or you take my side. Not many times do I take it on the NFL side, but I am on this. So if anybody has a call and wants to talk, give us a call. We'd love to hear you.
One more interesting topic here. The NFL released.
Yeah, he has to play.
No,
Put my last sentence. Word.
you're gross. You have issues.
Well, I have issues.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into that. You have issues.
Well, anyway, moving on. The NFL released their top 10 safeties through week 6, and number 1 on that list.
I disagree with every one of them that's on there.
You.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Start at number 10. You don't start at
No,
number
number
1.
10.
You start at number
Okay.
10 and drop down, man. Haven't you know the word?
Number 10 is Marcus Gilchrist.
Marcus Gilchrist. I wonder where he went to school. I think he was a Gator. No, he wasn't a Gator. Actually, I think he was a Gator.
I think that one was it.
I'm gonna look his name up.
It was either Marcus Gilchrist or another Gilchrist. I remember
Gilchrist. Gilchrist.
Gilchrist. I think he was a Florida Gator.
I think he was.
And drum roll, please.
Nope, Clemson University.
Oh.
Never mind, Clemson. All right, who's number 9?
Number 9 is Will Hill.
Will Hill. Where does he play at?
Hill on the hillside.
No. What NFL team?
I believe Seattle.
Huh? They have 2 safeties?
I'm
looking this up.
I thought he was a backup.
Then how is he a top 10 guy? No, he's a Raven.
A Raven. He did play for Seattle.
Jeez. He's a Raven. And he went to college. He was a Gator. That's why I'm familiar. He was a Gator.
He was a Gator.
And they also, he was a Gator. Will Hill was a Gator. Played from, I don't remember when, 2000. He actually was there when, Tebow was there.
Ooh, Tebow.
Yeah, so he was, he won the SEC title. He won the national title too. So Will Hill, baby, go Gators.
Well, number 8 on the list.
Who's 8?
Michael Mitchell of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Michael who?
Of the Mitchell of the Pittsburgh
Mitchell.
Steelers.
Michael Mitchell of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow. Never heard of him.
Never.
He played at Carolina, it looks like.
He did.
Where'd he go to college? He went to college at Ohio University.
Oh?
No, Ohio University, not Ohio State University.
Oh.
The University of Ohio.
Okay, Ohio.
Ohio. There is a University of Ohio.
Well, number 7 is Eric Berry.
We pray to Eric Berry.
I feel like
Congratulations, Eric Berry.
I feel like
Beating
he needs
cancer.
to be higher on that.
No, he's getting old.
Uh,
And he just ended his battle with cancer. It's not easy to just pop into the league and be like, oh, I'm cancer-free, let's go. Full
yeah,
out.
true. Rashad Jones is number 6.
Rashad Jones. I don't even know this guy.
I think he...
Rashad Jones. See, sometimes I recognize the
Miami Dolphins.
name. Miami has a guy on this list.
They do.
For as bad as their... Oh, he was... Oh, I wonder why I don't know him. Because he's a bulldog.
Oh, Georgia.
Oh. I
You-
can't believe there'd be someone from Miami as
You
poor.
hate Georgia.
I hate Georgia. I can't stand them. They're just as bad as Florida State, Miami. Blech. Hate them, all three of them.
Well,
But I can't believe there'd be a Miami guy on there. Just how bad as their defense has been, that's just shocking.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of interesting. But number 5 is Walter Thurman.
Interesting.
Number 4, Devin McCourty.
Yeah, he's good.
Number 3, Earl Thomas.
Very good.
Number 2, Malcolm Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins is very good.
And number 1, from the Minnesota Vikings.
Where'd he go to college?
Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Harrison Smith. Harry the Hitman.
He deserves it after he took out Kaepernick.
That was funny. He lit him
It was fun.
up. Well, that wraps up.
That wraps up our good old segment on sports headlines. And we're going to take a break. Come back with the NHL. Tyler and all the notes he's got on the NHL in the last few days. So this is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. Are you stressed out over school, work, or just plain drama? Head on over to the Mustang Zone, located in the Upper Student Center of the Southwest Minnesota State University campus. The Mustang Zone has cheap movies and game rentals, low-priced candy, and comfy couches to watch TV. The Mustang Zone also has pool tables and table tennis that students can rent for hours. The Mustang Zone only uses cash and Mustang money. No flex. So stop on by and have a good time at the SMSU Mustang Zone. Broadway plays and a trip to New York can be very expensive for college students. Before purchasing an expensive airline ticket, try giving the Southwest Minnesota State University's theater department a shot. Not only can you watch the productions, you can also become involved behind the scenes. The SMSU Theater and Drama Club are always looking for new members. The SMSU Drama Club meets every Tuesday at noon across from the Black Box Theater. From painting to acting to simply watching the show, get involved with the SMSU Theater Department. And now we send it over to meteorologist Tyler Meyer. Well, meteorologist without a degree, Tyler Meyer.
Well, today, I believe it is October 21st.
It is Back to the Future.
And it is 8:37.
We don't care what time it is.
Okay.
We got a lot of time to go,
well,
baby.
It is.
You're making it sound like, we're almost done here.
It is getting cold. It is 40.
Oh, there we go. I wonder what was going on.
It is 46 degrees.
At 46?
Yeah.
That's cold.
Low of 38 tonight.
Well, that's not bad. I'll still have the windows open.
Right now it feels like 42. West-northwest winds at 8 miles per hour. My phone is not responding.
Your phone
But
never responds.
Tomorrow is a high of 66 with a low of 48. Friday, 60 for a high, low of 44.
You got to remember it is late October.
And rain.
It's supposed to rain Friday, yeah.
Rain
Finally,
Friday.
It's been,
100% chance.
I don't think it's rained much since we've gotten back to school.
I don't think it has either.
Rain very little.
Saturday, 60 degrees, low of 39. Sunday, 63 and low of 40. And Monday, 58 with a low of 46. And that is your weather
That's the weather.
from the unofficial meteorologist.
No, not unofficial. It's the non-degree meteorologist.
Well, I don't like the undegree because I have a degree.
You do not have a degree in meteorology.
No, but when you say
So-
Tyler Meyer, don't say Tyler Meyer because he has a degree.
You have what basically every person has in their lifetime.
What?
You have a high school degree. Does not
I
count.
have an associate's
I know
degree,
you
bro.
do. I know you do. I'm just joking with you. But no, you got a I don't know how to say it. But we're gonna get you going here on the NHL segment, so we can, because we do have a music break coming up here in a few minutes. But we'll get you started here on NHL news and scores with my man and our hockey expert, Tyler Meyer.
Well, Alexander Ovechkin notches his 900th career point. He says, to be honest with you, I didn't even know I was close to this milestone. It is a huge milestone for me, and I have to thank my teammates, and it's kind of hard to do it on your own. It is kind of interesting for Ovechkin because he's been around for a while, but no rings, no Stanley Cup. You know, he's the kind of player that does deserve.
He's Russian. They're losers now, remember?
But yes, but he is a
Remember 1980, whatever it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Herb Brooks? Yeah. Minnesota? Yeah.
Ovechkin is a player that does deserve a ring, and I kind of feel sorry for him. You know, Ovechkin sits there, and he's putting goal up after goal, and Ovechkin does deserve to have that Stanley Cup. You know, it's just kind of irritating that he doesn't, that nobody's sitting there. They're not spending money, really, to get him help that he needs. The Blue Jackets hired John Tortorella to replace Todd Richards. The Blues and Paul Stastny is placed on the IR with a broken foot. Blackhawks placed Duncan Keith on long-term IR. Well, basically for your scores for hockey, we have Friday, October 16th, the Wild lost 2-1 to the Kings in overtime. The Kings had 37 shots on goal to the Wild's 26. Tyler Toffoli had a goal and assist from Milan Lucic and Jeff Carter, and the Wild had assists from a goal from Mikko Koivu, and assist from Zach Parise and Ryan Suter. Anze Kopitar had the overtime goal to seal the game, with assists coming from Tanner Pearson. On Sunday, the Wild fall to the Ducks 4-1. Cam Fowler with the goal to give the Ducks 1-0 lead. Assist from Getzlaf and Hanglin. Goal for your Wild was Nino Niederreiter with assist from Mikko Koivu to tie the score at 1-1. Then Rickard Rackle got first goal of the season with assist from Lindholm and Corey Perry, making your score 2-1. Then Mike Santorelli with the goal, with Harkov and Maroon with the assist. Then Lindholm with empty netter gives the Ducks a 4-1 lead, and they held on and won 4-1.
What do you keep looking at him for?
I feel like he was going to come on air.
No.
I think I was scaring him a little bit.
Yeah, you were scared of a bit.
It's just he kept looking, and I was just like, you don't need to be scared.
He's scared.
What,
That's why I put him in that
did
box.
Did something happen here? Is that what I'm getting at?
Yeah, he's been a little bad boy today. Let's put it that way. He's been a bad boy
What,
today.
did he rip the Gators? Is that what happened?
No, he's not Coom. You don't rip the Gators.
Or Tiger? Or Tiger?
No, don't. Hey, man, the guy could be out the next year. I might have to go a year without watching golf. I don't know if I can do that.
He could. Watch
Yeah,
Phil.
No, my mom loves Phil. There's no way I'm going to cheer for someone that my mom loves. There's just no way. It just doesn't happen.
But your mom loves you. Why can't you cheer
Yeah.
for somebody she loves too?
Because it's Phil.
It's only mutual respect.
But it's Phil.
But she loves
But
you.
Phil's a rival. That's Tiger Woods' rival for how many years? How many years? Yeah, no.
Get Huntley going. Get Huntley going.
No,
Get Huntley going.
isn't it supposed to get Sharon going?
No.
Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Well, no. Well, we're not to that yet.
Oh, no, we're not to that yet. That's right.
We're not.
Still
we're
got to
not
get me
that.
going. But as long as Coom doesn't,
Tiger
If-
ain't.
You know, I think what we need to do is get him on this show here. I think that's what we need to do.
you get a hold of him, you tell him to call in, and we can
Tell him
negotiate
to
after
call
that.
in.
Tell him to call in.
Do you think that he'll actually call in?
You think if he knows it's my
He's
show?
probably fiddling with some type of tape like he always does when
Yep.
on the Sports
No,
Zone.
he doesn't fiddle with tape. He fiddles and he sticks whatchamacallits in the
And
microphone.
Right. He does that, but he also messes with the tape.
Well, that's true. He messes with that. No, and then he plays Madden on his phone all the
And
time.
he plays Madden on his phone. He's snapping his girlfriend.
Yeah. He doesn't even do anything. He just
I'll
snaps.
ask him and be like, so what do you think of the pack this year? Oh, well, I think they'll be good. I just, they're okay, I guess.
That
It's
kind
like, can you go a little more in depth on that? Well, Lacey's not playing well, so that's.
Well, we know Lacey's not playing well. They got
already know that.
I mean, I was mad that I didn't get to draft him, but now I'm kind of happy I did.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like Zach in the NHL here. He's
Yeah,
just kind
oh,
of like,
just-
yeah.
Well, the thing is, Coombs a Packer fan.
Yeah,
though.
Coombs
he
a
should,
Packer
He
fan.
should know half of this stuff.
Yes.
And he says fire Dom Capers all the time, and they haven't fired him yet.
Why?
The only thing he
What?
can elaborate on is if it's bashing me about the Gators or Tiger Woods.
Why would you sit there and fire him? What?
Because it's Coombe. You don't know Coombe. It's Coombe.
I don't know him.
No.
Well,
what I don't understand
he
is how.
kinda does have a point if you think about it. The
Yeah.
Packers' defense is suspect. Let's
Well,
be
yeah, they
honest.
lost their top cornerback.
Right.
Free agency.
Well,
last
yeah.
year.
Well, Tremont Williams isn't that good. I'm sorry.
But he
lost
was
his-
their number one
He
guy.
lost. Right. He lost his touch after they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'll say
And
that.
and his injuries.
And his injuries. Exactly.
But the way Green Bay rolls, they just don't like to go and buy guys.
They have Aaron Rodgers. They don't have to worry about.
They don't have to
anything.
worry about
they
their
don't.
defense.
They don't.
Well,
have to
now they
worry
do
about
because
one
now when you
thing.
lose Jordy Nelson, it kind of takes a toll.
It does. No, it does take a toll. I mean, James Jones, you can't say that he's the exact perfect replacement.
No.
He's a good replacement. He's not
Yes.
like, oh, he's exactly like Jordy. I mean, he's that good. No, he's not that good.
I know there've been not rumors, I should say. There've been people saying on new. I can't remember where I read it, but they said they should go and trade for Vincent Jackson.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be good.
that
I
would
mean,
be-
you
That
got
would be a good idea.
good sized guy.
But do you think Ted Thompson will do that?
No, because it's Ted
Absolutely
Thompson.
not, because it's Ted
The
Thompson.
Ted Thompson. He
And
he
they-
does everything through the draft.
Yeah, and they don't want to screw anything up.
Yep.
You know, with
No.
with the way everything's going, they don't want to trade away a key piece. They don't want to trade away a key draft pick.
Yeah.
To get, just say, a 1 or 2 year wonder, because Vincent Jackson doesn't have that much left.
He doesn't have that
No.
much left. I mean, he's a good wide receiver. Also, I think Jameis can throw the ball to him. I think he's been doing pretty good. in
Jameis has been thrown, I think,
Tampa
to
Bay.
Evans more than he has.
Is it
Jackson.
now?
I
Because
think
I
it's
thought
been
it was
Evans, I
kind of
be-
even.
I think it's been more Evans this year. But then you got to remember they've been handing the ball off to Doug Martin a
and
lot.
Martin's been
Martin's
doing
been
better.
I mean, he's back to his rookie, and thank God I made that trade when I traded my buddy for Tyler Eifert. I picked Tyler Eifert up on the market after he had
Eifert?
that big game. Or Eifert. I always call him Eifert. I don't
Evert.
know. Eifert.
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 And it's Parisi.
Yeah, it's Parisi. he says Parisi.
Well, at first everyone said Parise. That's
Parise.
what, because everyone said that,
Yeah.
and then until I hear Anthony LaPlante say it, he's like Parisi, and then
Parisi.
I listen to PA Parisi, so I'm like, all right,
Parisi,
well, it's
yeah.
Parisi.
No, but Eifert is one of those guys. I just I picked him up because he
Notre
did well.
Dame guy.
Yeah, I thought he had a big week, so I'll pick him up and use him as my tight end since I've been going tight end by committee every
Same
week.
here.
Tight
Yeah,
end
uh,
by committee.
It's
Guess
been
whose
tight end
league
by-
I've been doing that
Yeah,
in?
in ours.
Coombs.
Oh, good Lord, I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh, that's
That,
too
Mike-
bad for you.
You know what? At this point, I picked up Christian Michael to start this week as my
Christine
running.
Michael. Isn't
Christine Michael.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like.
that. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have had both Baltimore running backs in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have nobody. It's a bad team. But no, so I traded for Doug Martin there, and he's number 6 in points in
Yep.
fantasy.
Yep.
Guy's good.
Oh,
really-
it helped when he got.
He played Jacksonville. Obviously, you're going to get touchdowns on
Hey,
that
man,
Jacksonville.
they were all 1-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. So, I mean,
I'm
you're
telling
playing. You
didn't
have
even
good
hear me, though.
matchups.
You didn't hear me though. I mean,
What?
I was going nuts in the car. I'm driving back here to school, and all I see is touchdown. Oh my, touchdown. Oh my. And then you had what's his face, Sims, who's also
Charles
got there.
Sims,
Charles Sims. He had 2 touchdowns at the time, and Sims got that big play. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe they took Martin out. He's got about 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And all of a sudden, bang, another 1-yard touchdown. I'm like, can this week get any better? It was the best week I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 30 points.
Martin that week helped me in FanDuel too.
Who helped you in that one, by the way? Yeah, thanks for the credit. I'm the one that told you to start Doug Martin.
We won't talk about that.
All right, what else we got? Here?
Yeah, what are you rolling there in hockey continuing to?
Basically, just scores.
You got no more headlines?
No, I already said all the.
You guys hear about Columbus, by the way?
Yeah, he talked. He did just put that
Got rid of Todd Richards,
Yep.
former Wild coach, by the way,
Yeah.
I believe, and then bring in John Tortorella, Coombs' favorite coach.
His
as well.
favorite coach.
Yeah, that honestly could be a huge signing.
I don't know.
It could be, but here's the thing:
Has the
He's
damage
got-
been done though?
Well, that is true too, but he's got a little bit of a hothead, if I remember,
That's
if I
what they
recall.
need.
And I think maybe that's what they need. You never know. But guess who they play next?
They play the Wild.
They play the Wild.
You know what that usually happens is they go out and beat the Wild, and then they go on a big streak. That's just how teams do. Or well, the past
I
teams.
think the Wild are very successful.
No, the
against
Wild are good.
Columbus.
Yeah, they
Again, they've kicked Columbus.
yeah
Couple.
they've had a rough last 2 games.
Well, yeah,
but-
when you got to go all the way to
Well,
the West
it's and
Coast.
you go. Here's the thing with that: you go to the West Coast, right? You're going against the Kings. Something always happens when you go to LA, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because you go to that atmosphere. They just have that home ice
Yeah.
advantage, and I think there's a lot of
And the Kings are
bad
good.
calls. The Kings
And
are
the
good.
Kings are good.
I mean, the Kings are good. I'll give them that, but it always seems like there's always something wrong when they go to the West
It's
Coast.
just LA.
Yeah.
Because then they go to LA and then they go to Anaheim, and Anaheim just wipes the floor with them. But when they're here at the XL, it's a different thing.
It
Well,
is.
it's a West Coast. The West Coast trip is tough for anybody. I mean, baseball, football,
think about New York,
NFL.
too.
I mean, yeah, a lot of, especially West Coast to East Coast. It's tough. It's not easy to
Yeah.
travel and all that.
Well, even going to the West Coast for NFL, like San Diego, that's never
Yeah.
an easy game
Right.
unless you have Adrian. But just typical saying, most teams just always starting later.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough.
Well, they start the same time. You know what time they're going to start because that's usually when you're going to play is either 3:25 or you're going to play at, well, not 3:25 there, but
Yeah.
3:25 here, or they're going to play at 7:30 or whatever at night
Right.
or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's how the West Coast rolls.
But anyway, what do you think about Ovechkin getting his 900th career point? Do you feel Ovechkin has been getting robbed of not being able to get a Stanley Cup?
Here's my thing with the Capitals. I'm not a big NHL guru. I'll admit that. But
You're bigger than
the
I am.
guys, yeah, well, that's true. But you got to think about it this way. I mean, it's a great feat. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the greats. But he hasn't led his team to anything yet.
I always considered him one of those crybaby players.
Oh,
That's just me.
you think he's great by?
That's how I
crybaby player?
consider it.
And you too?
More than Crosby. Crosby was
Well,
good.
Crosby's Crosby, man.
He's a Canadian. You just expect that out of a Canadian.
Yeah.
they're good.
I do feel sorry for Ovechkin. I don't know if I can classify him as a crybaby because he's never like specifically came out and been vocal about it.
Yeah, and I think he's a good player. I just think he hasn't had a lot around him.
That's
and that's
true.
a typical.
They have Oshie, right? They have TJ Oshie
Yeah,
now.
now they do. Yeah.
They have TJ Oshie.
But that's a
I mean,
typical Washington team, though. Except the Wizards are getting better.
Yeah.
But it's a typical Washington team. It's just you can't bring in guys, which is just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in the future they might get Kevin Durant, but that's up
That's
up in the air.
That's
yet.
gonna be.
That's gonna be a fun off season next year.
It will.
That's gonna be a fun ordeal to see if that happens.
Yeah.
And if that ends up happening, then Oklahoma City will die down.
I'm just
and-
gonna throw this out there. Kevin Durant's coming to Minnesota.
That might be up for absurd statement. Just know that.
That is gotta be. That's gotta be the word. That's gotta be almost worse than Christian Ponder being the best goalie.
I don't know,
That's
Tyler,
getting
what
there.
you just said there.
I think
might
that
be
put
up
him on
up for absurd statement.
We gotta. Yeah, that's gotta be absurd.
You gotta write that down for me, Hunt.
I'll write that down. That's gonna be written down.
I'm gonna mention that on the zone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's not good. When you're on that list, that is not good. That is not a list to be on.
Well, I mean, Zach did say that Tiger was the best player.
Yeah,
World
He
at the
is.
time. He's not right now.
Well, no, he's ranked. What did I say on Tuesday? I think officially it came in at 321st in the world.
Exactly.
How's that the best player?
How's that the best player, Hunt? Huh?
He's okay. He's the best of this generation.
Okay.
Please.
Who's better?
Adrian Peterson?
Oh
Brett
no,
Favre?
he's no.
No.
Time out.
We're-
We're
you-
talking golf.
Even,
though,
even
okay.
not only golf, but he is the best of this generation.
the
of any
best of
sport.
golf
Yeah.
generation. Okay.
No, even
Golf.
sports though.
He
Sports, too.
is. Don't get me wrong. He is, but right now
No,
he's
no,
not.
no.
And
Right now
last-
he's not.
Last year he wasn't either.
No, but you didn't expect a back injury to be that bad.
Yeah.
And
well,
now,
I'm not blaming
now
his
it's
back injury. I'm just saying from a performance standpoint.
It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty.
All right.
He had the one great week he had at the Masters. It just wasn't pretty. But it's just like, You know, he's going to keep falling, but it's like the only thing he does miss is the WGCs anyways.
One thing I got to ask Tyler, though. How do you think Durant's going to come to the Wolves?
That's how I want to figure this out.
Because there are a lot of
forwards.
players that think of Minnesota. I mean, if you think of LeBron, you think of give me another name.
Another name?
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm really bad with NBA. Wah, wah.
Carmelo Anthony?
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
There's another guy. Steph Curry.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. New York, Golden State, Miami, and Cleveland. Well,
Big
Cleveland.
well,
Cleveland's kind of
they're
okay.
a
We can
decent-sized
decent
season.
size.
They're big cities.
A lot of free agents don't want to come up to the north
Yeah.
to go in the cold either. I mean, they don't, and I hear you there where, they're only here for the season, blase, but Mike Wallace didn't want to come
No.
at first in the cold.
Not at first.
Not at first. But then when we got the new stadium, everything was fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, how do you think you're going to get to the Wolves?
You sit there, you look at
Who are you getting rid of?
you look at Towns.
Yep.
You look at Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
You got Ricky Rubio.
Tyus Jones.
And Tyus Jones.
Did you see how bad, by the way, did you see how bad he got booed last night?
We'll talk about when he finishes here. Yeah.
Those are three key players that I feel could lure a big free agent like Kevin Durant.
He kind of has a point. Now, it has to be if that's the case. If that's the case, then they have to play. They have to get some winning seasons. They got to show. They got to show that, because if they show, I mean, yeah, it'll be enticing, but I think there's more enticing offers out there.
There would be,
Yeah.
but if you
look at it.
just say
Towns hasn't done anything.
No,
Yet.
Yeah.
He's got to prove something by
Yes.
next year. There's no way he can do that.
Yes.
Ricky Rubio hasn't proved anything
Ricky
yet.
Rubio is an assist guru though. He loves to pass the ball, and that's what Durant.
The problem is,
and also
if he doesn't
Rubio stays healthy.
That
is the key
that's
thing.
too.
The problem is if you look at it, you look at Washington. You got a guy like John Wall who's held the ball basically the most that anybody has in the last how many years.
Yeah.
And you got a team with Bradley Beal, and you got a lot of guys there. Do you think he'd be more intriguing there where they've already made the playoffs? And it's, by the way, his hometown.
Yeah.
It's either going to be there. I have a feeling it's either going to be there, Oklahoma, or Lakers somehow get him.
And another thing you got to consider too is who's going to give him the money.
Yeah, Minnesota doesn't give
because
money
Minnesota is not very.
They've got the money.
splurge.
They just won't. They technically.
It's almost like
they
the
spend
Polak
it.
pocket protector.
Yeah.
They spend it. They just spend it on a new
It's just-
stadium.
Yeah.
It's just I feel that
Renovations.
if we
renovations.
sit there and compete this year,
Yeah.
that I feel our owners might open up the pocketbook,
Maybe.
and then
Not Minnesota.
like I said, with the players being able to lure Durant.
Yeah, he's got a point with that, but I have to say it's still up for an absurd statement. It might have to be.
I
We'll
think
see.
it needs to go on there.
Well, it's not number one.
No.
We still have to debate on that. It's still not the end of the year yet.
No.
So,
There's going to be a lot. I think you're going to have quite a few of those. So
there might be. So going back to Tyus Jones though, I think Wisconsin's still butthurt about that.
well, they booed him. It was bad.
I know they booed. I know it's bad.
And
but
not
here's
only-
the thing: get over yourselves.
I know. And not only that, then when Towns was at like the free throw line, they kept cheering and they kept yelling at him 35-1, 35-1 because they got beat. Yeah. It's like Tyus did technically beat you. It wasn't nobody else. It was Tyus that did beat him, but
Tyus beat
Wisconsin by himself handily.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And remember Bo Ryan. You went off on a rant on this on the zone last year.
Bo Ryan, yeah.
Bo Ryan saying that, we develop our players.
yeah.
Blah, 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 it's like.
And now he said he was going to retire after this year. Now he says he doesn't know. Good gosh. Just retire, you old man. Lord, we're tired of seeing you.
We'll see ya. See you around.
See you around. Minnesota's tired of seeing you.
Fine.
I have a feeling we're going to see old man Patino with his son.
Oh.
There might be. Yeah, see, that would be interesting.
Wait, are you saying
You demote Richard and you bring Rick in.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
But the only problem is that we.
might be
But then the problem.
statement as well. I mean, I already got two.
Well, the problem is you do that, then you got a whole deal with that whole sex thing in Minnesota.
Well, here's
That thing was weird.
you got to. Norwood Teague, obviously.
Yeah, Norwood, little
Yeah,
dirty,
get him.
dirty mind boy.
Yeah, what is
Good
wrong with that?
Lord, he's
I mean,
what,
did
50
you
years
Did
old?
you see all those texts that he sent?
I heard
out?
about
Yeah,
that
Because
listening on
when
the
I was
radio.
interning at the Fan, this was going down. And I remember, and I had Teneby look up all the, or he looked up all the texts, and I read all of them.
Ooh.
And my God. This
Yeah,
guy
he's
is
a creep.
crazy. He's a creep.
And I mean, I stood with him in a elevator last year.
That is true. I remember that.
I stood in
I do
an
remember that.
elevator where my mom had no idea who the guy was, but I knew who he was. He was sitting like they're standing a foot away from me in an elevator.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks like a great guy and everything, but in the inside, we found out what really he is.
Well,
He showed his true colors. That's what it was.
But that's like every other man, though.
that's true.
Seems like us
But
men are
Patino, what I'll say with the Patino thing is that he seems pretty, that he had no idea.
He had no idea. But the thing is, it's like, is that believable? I mean, he is a believable guy.
Yeah.
Very believable guy. But is he believable as in it? Because once you, but
Once you think, I know, and
you think
I hear
he'd
you
see
there,
it.
because once you think that the head coach would find out,
But don't
something
they? Do
like
they
this.
have? I think they have a coach. Don't they have like a separate coaching for like that kind of stuff? Like, I mean, to help recruits and that. So maybe it was some. I don't know. But I can't believe, number one, if you're gonna do this, once you have college girls,
Yeah.
not like these 40-year-old strippers and all that stuff. It's
Are
just
they
kinda,
40 years old?
or they were old. That's
Well,
what,
no, I
according
don't-
to the story that I read, a
Yeah,
former
they
guy
were-
came out and said they were old.
And
They
you
weren't
gotta,
college students.
Yeah, and you got to look at this too. You had 5 recruits come in. Montrezl Harrell,
Montrezl
one of them.
Harrell, one of them.
One of them. And
that
that
so
looks
hurts me.
bad on him.
Oh,
that
yeah.
really does.
Yes, it
that
does.
still burns me though. That Montreal Harrell.
And that Andre McGee, that graduate assistant, coordinating all this.
Yeah.
I mean, what is wrong with this guy? And he declines to comment. I mean, somebody's going to find him.
Well, you have
Somebody's going to find him, and they're going to talk and
Oh, yeah.
get the. I mean, I think the one thing that'll help is if he says, "Okay, I did it," and Patino had nothing to do with it. But if he's going to fight Patino on this, it doesn't look
No.
good for Patino.
No.
But I mean, you look at college basketball and how it's been. It's been bad with this recruiting, this. And
I
that,
mean,
and
I don't
just
think
been-
it's just at Louisville either.
No, I have a feeling there are a lot of
There
places
might be a lot of places
Now maybe
that do
it's not the
that.
coaches that do it like they did there. Maybe it's something else that maybe some players tie in something to help get. I mean, what do you think? You're going to bring in high school
and
kids?
the girl that reported to ESPN for Outside the Lines. I see, she did a lot of research on this and stuff. And the one thing that I'm really interested in is, she said about this hall. I think it's Minardi Hall or something like
Yeah.
that. And they use that, and technically it was almost like a strip club.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
And it was almost like a strip club.
But-
But Patino, in a comment, said that he had a nephew or something like that live in that dorm, and there was nothing like that going on.
That's interesting.
But that is interesting. But
But it's a way to take advantage of
it's
help
kind
these
of
kids
he said,
choose.
she said.
Because you
Yeah.
think about it, you're bringing in 18-year-old guys.
Right.
Just coming out of high school, going into college. Now you think about, don't need to go into sex ed or anything, but you think 18 years old, you're usually
Well,
up
don't
there.
you think it's a little wrong too to bring in recruits and say, "Yep, this is
this
here's
is
our
what you're
strip
gonna
club. Which stripper you want to have sex with now?"
No, it's pretty much just being like this. Here you go. You're coming in. You're going to play basketball, work hard, do school. Here you go. Have sex all you want to. Here
What
you
if
go. Here's
something
your
hap-
here's your friend.
And here's the thing: what if something
Yeah.
happened during that time?
That's the thing. You
Yeah.
just
And also, I believe there was a recruit staying in a hotel, and then the woman that reported went up with her and her, I don't know, her little dance mate or girlfriend. I don't know. So they went up there, and it was technically prostitution.
Yeah.
I mean, it was prostitution. And
where's the parents?
Yeah.
Where are the parents? Would you think the parents would come on these recruiting trips?
Yeah.
They're high schoolers. They technically have to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the
Especially
sad
if you're staying
truth.
in a hotel room, unless
Yeah.
they brought someone for whoever the adult was, most likely the father.
That's where the older ones came in
there
at.
you go. Now I understand that.
That might be it.
That
too.
might be it.
That could be it. But I don't know. It doesn't look good for Louisville. That's the sad truth. to it.
It's sad.
And we'll see what happens. I mean, this story is interesting to me.
This could be interesting to follow throughout the entire, college basketball season.
It
See
could.
where it leads. Does Patino, retire, or does he, drop? I don't know.
He went to the NBA once, didn't he?
Yeah, he did do that
Yeah,
once.
but I don't think he'll probably go up and do that.
No, I don't think he'll go back.
No, he won't go back, and
I
I
know
don't
who's
think
gonna. I know
and he
who's gonna
won't-
come back to college after Durant leaves, but that's just me praying. But I am.
Who?
I'm praying.
Who?
I want Donovan back.
You want Donovan back?
I miss Donovan already in this basket. That's why I want this football season to last for like another 2 or 3 months,
Oh,
4
boy.
months.
Oh boy.
No Donovan, man. He's the best college basketball coach. Miss him.
Ever?
Okay, not ever, but
Okay.
he's one of the
Yeah.
best.
Because I was gonna nominate you again.
You
Donovan-
nominate me every time I say something.
No,
You
I
can't be
didn't say that.
nominating on my own show, man.
I can. I can. I can use it.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
I got every right to.
You are the boss.
That is
you are
true.
the boss.
That
you
is true.
technically have to.
That is true.
Ugh.
You got to remember that.
You are the boss.
just like him saying Florida would be just fine without their quarterback. You see
They
how good
did.
that turned out.
They did. They only lost by you go into Death Valley. Death Valley. It is the Death Valley. You can't win there. It's
That's,
just not right.
that's not what you were saying last week.
Well, I said they could win, and they almost did. Just a fake kick that ended up winning. Les Miles had a fake, which means he was a. I
Well, you
can't say it
gotta
on
know
the
that
air.
Sometimes that might happen. I mean, Les Miles has been known to do that.
Yeah,
and
but-
Florida's got to think of
As
all.
McElwain came out and said, that means that he was scared. That's how scared he was. He had a fake to score a touchdown. He was scared because he knew what would happen. This Florida team is legitimate.
And you
This
know
is
what
a
I
legitimate
say?
team.
You know what I say, Tyler? A win's a win.
That's a win is a win, a loss is a loss. They're not.
I mean, here's the
they're
thing.
not hanging their heads. They got Georgia coming up next week.
That's true, but
Just
Georgia's falling off the map.
Yeah, Georgia. That game, that's gonna stink. I mean, to go to Jacksonville, playing a neutral site, which is usually supposed to be a big game, and it's just gonna probably be a blowout, like it was last year. But last year was supposed to be, actually was supposed to be the other way blowout. And it turned in.
Yeah.
Well,
I got an idea. Bring back Muschamp.
no, I don't want to see my. We're gonna bring anybody back. It'll be Urban Meyer, but I like McElwain. So,
Yeah.
And Urban Meyer, he had to pulling out the playbook to bring in the jump pass, but I applaud him.
The jump pass?
The jump pass.
The jump pass.
And it always works, too. Every time you do it, it works. It never fails.
Why don't they do it in the NFL?
I don't know. Because it's more of a college play, I guess.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, it is kind of different.
It's a foolish play. Let's
It is.
put it that way.
It works.
It does work. It works 100% of the time.
Ask T-Ball. Ask your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see that Urban Meyer actually did announce J.T. Barrett?
Yeah.
The starter.
Yeah.
They said
I
Cordell
think it was the
Jones-
right idea.
yeah.
I think Cardell.
They said his draft
I said
stock
this
had
on the
fell.
zone yesterday. All the fame's got to his head. That's what it is. That's
Yeah,
what's happening.
Well, the thing is, he didn't do anything.
And he's a weird dude. I'm
He-
sorry, he's a weird dude.
He didn't do anything. He handed it out off to Elliott, and all he did was throw it.
I mean,
all
look at
he had to do.
Ezekiel Elliott hasn't had. I mean, he's got over 100 yards every game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every game. I mean, the guy's a beast.
All he did was hand it to him, and then he threw it to Devin, or not Devin. Yeah, Devin Smith, I think, was the wide receiver who
Braxton
just
Miller.
got. No,
Oh, no,
the
for-
Smith who
for-
just got what for
Oh, yeah.
that just got drafted this last year.
Right.
All he had to do was chuck the ball as far as possible.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, you're a superstar.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You just chucked the ball. Your defense did all the work too.
Fine. I mean, I guess that's But Cardell Jones, 12 gauge as people call him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good, and I think
I
the
just think-
power's
I think
got
they're-
maybe this benching can work for him. If
Yep.
it doesn't, then well, guess what?
I still think I still think Ohio State's overrated, and that's just me. And
Tell
that's got
Tell Coom that.
and that's not got nothing to do with Coom being a big fan.
I feel
It's got
like
nothing to do with Urban Meyer being there. I just think they're overrated.
Yeah.
they are. You sit there.
The defense
and
is not good. It's not great, I should say.
Yeah.
You
It's
sit
good.
there
It's
and
not
they've.
great.
I said, but here's the thing too. I said that last year. I said Ohio State has no chance to win it. I said it.
Who knew
I said-
anybody would falter like that? Alabama
right?
just
And
faltered.
Alabama, they
Oh,
faltered,
and they're
I
done,
was like,
and they're
yeah.
not even that good. I mean, besides handing it off to Henry, and granted they did have three touchdowns on defense last week.
But I don't think their dynasty's
No.
over yet because I
Eh,
think
no.
Saban knows how to bring.
Saban
guys.
knows what he's doing, but
Yeah.
it's. I mean, Ohio State. I mean, I still think it. I've been calling it. I still think I don't know about after this. Now we'll have to see how Michigan plays. I still am calling Michigan upsetting Ohio State the last game because it's going to be
Michigan
in
upselling it.
it's going to be in the big house, and that place is going to be rocking so bad because they know how good this team is, even with that whole debacle.
Michigan should have won that game to begin with.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
They should have. Yeah.
you just let the clock run out and it's over. You don't even punt the football.
No,
I think
no,
he
no.
he should have just held on to the ball and just fell down.
According
and let
to-
him get tackled.
And
Well,
and
not even that. Don't even snap the ball.
What
Yeah.
we were talking about at the beginning of the show, we had our headlines, and one of the headlines was Brady Hoke said he wouldn't have punted. He was still coaching. He
Oh,
said
where is he now? That's
he's
my
nowhere.
question.
He's nowhere. He's not even coaching. But he said he would have handed it off, or he would have done a play action pass and
Yeah.
made the defense, which I guess according to him, one of the best defenses had them play in the field.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it. It's special teams, something you don't have control.
I can tell you one thing: Michigan's going to beat Minnesota in a couple weeks.
No.
Well,
Good
You
gracious.
say anything else?
Unless
what, Jim Harbaugh
they
gets shot or
they
something?
bench Leidner, they might have a chance. Might
Who-
have.
who do you
And
got?
I said
Who do you
the
got?
Gophers. What?
You don't have anybody.
Behind the 11. I forget his last name or whatever.
Croft.
Croft. I'm just saying. Would you rather have Leidner play against Michigan or this Croft guy?
I don't want Leitner.
Give him.
I don't like
give
Leitner
Michigan
anymore.
a different look.
True.
Yeah.
But the problem is remember Minnesota's that ground and pound game.
Yep.
And that
You stop that,
and
it's over.
And that Michigan rushing defense is very good this year.
Yeah.
The passing's been
Leidner's not. They're not going to win.
they're they're just
I honestly find it difficult if Leidner's the starter the remainder of the season. We even win 2 more games to be bowl eligible.
That's going to be the true.
that's
question.
just to be bowl eligible. That doesn't necessarily mean you're in a bowl.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But for me, I still think, and this is what I'm going to say from until they get a quarterback and do some offense, I'm going to keep saying this. Jerry Kill is a fixture of the Will Muschamp era in Florida. He got his head way too big on defense and made that defense really good,
Yes.
but he didn't do anything on offense.
Yes.
Which made him get fired.
And I'm actually going to agree with you on that, Zach, for once.
About time you agree with me on something.
You know, he sits there and he's like, "Oh, Leidner's going to be the starter." Yeah.
I'm
But
starting to get to that slow realization with that too. But I think is Leidner a sophomore or is he a junior?
Junior,
He's
I
a
believe.
junior. Oh god.
Now we just hope he gets into a fight like what's his face did.
Philip Nelson.
Philip Nelson gets in a fight,
How-
so we just suspend him and throw him off the team.
how soon until you start putting the blame on Kill for not benching Leidner?
How long?
The problem
Yes.
is, number one, Kill can't get fired. There's no AD, you can't get fired.
That is true.
There's no
That's true
AD.
too. But
We do have an AD somewhere. He got fired himself.
if you look at Gophers football the past couple of years, Brewster era.
Oh, good
How about the
Lord.
era before that? I think it was Wacker
No, it was
or
Glenn Mason.
Glenn Mason.
Glenn Mason was
yeah,
good.
Glenn Mason was good. That was the
Glenn
was the
Mason was
era
good.
with Maroney and you had the
And,
two-headed monsters in the
gosh,
backfield.
Marion Barber.
Barber.
Yes.
Marion
And
Barber.
Barber and Maroney. You had the,
Was
the two-headed
Was
monster.
that Adam Weber's year too?
Eric
Wet-
Decker.
Adam Weber and Decker was what's his name's
Brewster?
Brewster before he was and then he was
Brewster,
there
but-
with I think Kill was there 1 year when Weber was there left
Yeah, maybe.
because I think wasn't Kill was there the first year TCF opened, wasn't it?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think he was.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I mean, he
just say we haven't had a good quarterback since Adam Weber left, and Adam Weber even wasn't great.
yeah,
he
and
was
it-
just good
and
enough.
And that's the true thing.
He was good
I mean,
enough to do it.
Kill has gotten has to, like I said, this is kind of looks bad on. It looks bad on them. No, don't get me wrong with this Leidner thing. And Leidner saying, "Well, I'm improving. Then show it
Exactly.
instead
Well,
of sitting
he did
there.
show it once. Let's just put it
Yeah,
that way.
but then keep showing it because you're the guy.
Yep.
You got to
Well,
come in.
How do you show improvement? I think last week, what was it, 86 yards
It was
passing?
ugly. It was ugly.
How's that improving?
Exactly.
no
That's what I'm saying. How's that improving? Because it's not.
You tell me how it is, and we both will find out.
Yeah. So I mean the Gophers defensively, I guess they're pretty good, but they just
Well, the
need
problem
something.
is defensive. Calhoun's still hurt,
Yeah.
and he's
body
been
count.
hurt.
Yeah.
and they've lost a couple key guys
Yeah.
on that defensive side.
It could be just one of those lost seasons. You never know.
Well, maybe you need one of those after having such a great season,
Yeah.
falling short of the Big Ten title game, playing okay in the bowl game when you should have beat Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have beat Missouri. No,
I thought that game, watching it, they should have won.
they
Yeah.
should have.
I can see this.
Granted,
season
I'd
kinda-
argue with a drunk guy in front of me the entire game,
Sure.
but that's just normal.
I can see this season kind of being like a reality check type thing for everybody.
Yeah.
You
I
got
agree.
that right. There might be even a reality check for basketball too. We'll find that out too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Go for football. I mean, if they're gonna lose the jug. Let's just be honest with
They're going to lose every trophy. Maybe they
Yeah.
might. Maybe Wisconsin, they might be able to pull something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but
Yeah.
maybe.
No.
I mean, I would be overjoyed. if
Iowa,
beat
they might get their
Wisconsin.
butt kicked.
Get the axe.
Oh, I'd love to see the Axe back.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would have been nice last year to get the Axe back.
It would have been.
It
They have
would've been.
every trophy in hand.
But the reason why, well, we had the running game going, but guess what? We couldn't pass the ball.
It was good.
Might
Problem is one guy.
Yeah.
You could only throw to one guy, and that was Max Williams.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you could throw a couple guys on him. Now, who else do you pass it to? Oh, yeah, you got May. But that's it.
Frichty.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Frichty was there. That's right.
Yeah, but it's they couldn't get the ball to him.
No.
That's the thing. I mean, Widener couldn't get the ball to him. I mean, you try like I said, play action can work,
Yeah.
but not all the time.
As long as he rolls off to his, I think it's what his
And
right.
Cobb's the
Cobb
guy.
was good.
Yeah.
Cobb.
Oh, Cobb
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
Cobb. I'm surprised he's not getting some
He's
snaps.
He's on the
done.
IR.
He's on IR. Yeah, he never
He
started
tore
the
his
season, yeah.
hamstring.
Tore his
Did he?
hamstring. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he
tore it in
yeah, he got
preseason.
hurt in preseason.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, because he got injured. He injured his
Hamstring.
Was it the hammy that he had problems
Yeah.
with after that
The
Wisconsin?
one. Well, he actually.
It was whatever he,
He
had
actually
the injury.
pulled up with it at the NFL draft again too.
Yeah, that's where he got injured there, and then when he got drafted, and then so that's why. Otherwise, I would have drafted him in fantasy. But that's
Yeah.
why you got some no-namer guy that's running
He's
with
playing for
Sankey.
Tennessee too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that Sankey guy.
Sankey.
Sankey.
Bishop Sankey.
Bishop Sankey.
Bishop Sankey. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, jeez.
Who knows that guy?
Sankey. Yeah, he's not very good either.
No.
Who-
No,
if you
absolutely.
okay, here's my take on that. If you have a guy on your fantasy team from Tennessee, shame on you.
Hey, I got Brandon Cooks, and I got, and then Ruben Randall, but I traded him, or I got rid of him, dumped him. That's who Coombe traded me for. I had Bishop Sankey sitting on my
Well,
team.
that's your fault. That's
And he's like, oh, Bishop Sankey for Brandon Cooks, Ruben Randall. Oh, yeah, dang right, let's do it. I'll take Brandon Cooks. I don't care if he'll sometime, have a good week.
Yeah.
This week's the week.
This week's the week.
think
Who are
so.
you playing?
They're playing. No, I'm not going to win. I don't even know who I'm playing this week. I got beat.
Let me know when you play Coombe.
I don't think I think I told you I played Coombe week.
Week whatever.
It was like week 12 or something like that. Week
Oh, yeah.
11. I don't know who I play this week.
Because
Did
I
you see
think
what Coombe? Okay, I want to ask you. Have you seen the trades that Coomb's been doing?
yeah. There's I think I got one.
To me,
I
they're
forget what it
to me
was.
they're ridiculous trades. He's trading with what's his name? Whoever is Trey Wayne's whatever. He's trading some ridiculous trade. I think he's like unfair trades. They're like dumping him off. Like, oh yeah, my season's over anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see, who do I have? I have Eric Hogfors this week.
Who?
Some Eric Hodford. He's Teddy's water. But the nice thing is my team's so bad right now and he doesn't have Rodgers and he doesn't have a quarterback on his team.
Oh, that's not good.
He doesn't have a quarterback.
Where's Gorgie?
Gorgie? They have
Yeah,
a game
just-
tonight.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
right.
Yeah, game tonight. So no Gorgie.
Wait,
tonight.
they have one tonight.
Yeah.
No, not tonight. I don't think.
No, it's tomorrow.
Or is it
Yeah,
tomorrow
but
night?
he couldn't call in. He had something up. So.
Yeah.
Couldn't push those dinner plans tonight.
He could. I'd like to talk with Gorgie a little bit.
Well, next time we have him on, we'll make sure you're down
Well,
here.
let us know when you're free and.
Yeah.
and
Well,
we-
Monday should work.
All right.
Okay.
'Cause
Well,
Wednesday.
We
is-
actually do also have Mo Williams calling in on Monday.
Wow, Mo Williams.
Mo Williams.
Unfortunately, it's not the Mo Williams I want to talk to.
He wants to talk
I want
to
the Cavs,
Cavaliers.
man. The Cavs Mo Williams. The old Timberwolf. It's not him.
You know, I already know what question I'm going to ask Mo Williams.
Oh boy.
What was it? Did you expect that pitch from Randy
Oh,
Moss to score that touchdown?
I actually
Sure
was
even
going to
remember-
bring something up like that too, but
Sure, he even remembers that.
oh, he
Hey,
does.
I claim that one. I mean, who wouldn't?
Right?
I mean, like, so did he go anywhere after Minnesota?
I don't think he did.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. Yeah, he was good. He was pretty good. I liked Mo. He's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's no AP, but
No.
I mean, he's a good player.
No, he's not AP.
And then I don't know if you remember Mwelde Moore,
Mwelde Moore, yep.
but we will be having him actually, hopefully over the Seattle game or Green Bay game, actually in studio with us. He's gonna come stay at my house for the weekend, and we're gonna go up to a game together. I legitly talked to him on Facebook nonstop. I've got his number and everything.
Mwelde Moore.
Mwelde Moore.
We're going to Mwelde
Mwelde
Moore in
Moore.
studios. Wow.
Oh, we'll have to make sure. If that happens, you let me know.
We will.
We'll let you know. I told you. I just leave him to do. I just let him do everything.
Because I think I remember him as
Wasn't he
a guy out of the backfield that threw short.
Yeah.
passes.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause
And
I think
then
He
I,
was a punt returner.
Yep.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
And then after Minnesota, he went on and won the Super Bowl with the Colts.
With the Colts. Oh, I thought.
And then-
wasn't he with the Steelers?
Yeah.
Colts
Yep,
and
yep,
Steelers.
Steelers,
He's got 2 rings actually.
Yeah. He better bring them.
yeah,
That'd be
you better
cool.
tell him to bring those rings. 'Cause I'm gonna wear some bling. I
Yeah.
want to wear some bling on me.
What does he do now? What's he doing
He's
now?
just retired. Just
Chilling.
Just chilling, hanging out at 25-year-old guys' houses, I guess.
Yeah.
Does he know anybody from the Viking staff still? Or
Oh yeah. He comes up to Minnesota a couple times a year. So
Oh.
Seattle comes here.
yep, Seattle comes here.
Yeah,
Oh.
Seattle comes here this year.
Good. I hope Lynch
Maybe
has
get,
like 150 yards
Oh,
and
you
4
know what?
touchdowns.
Would be one thing though is getting Marshawn Lynch here down here.
Oh boy.
What are you
would
gonna talk
be.
about? It
Are you
would be
kidding?
great, but the problem is he wouldn't talk.
Yeah, you would. You talk about Skittles with him.
No, you know what? I'll talk to him and say, "Okay, man, just get healthy.
I'm just here
I have
so
a
I won't
lot
get
of money
fined.
I have a lot of money running on
You know
you.
what?
You need
You
to
know-
run the ball more."
All I want to hear is, "I'm just about that action, boss."
I still love that commercial. I just saw it for the first time
Because
with
if I can get, if there's a way we get beast mode in studio, beast mode. In
I should be able to get my
studio, it'd
degree
be-
like this.
The one thing I do is I'd be like, okay, if I got beast mode in this, it's over. I'm like,
Yeah, that's like what I told him. I said, because we were talking about having AP on here. I said, if we get AP, I'm done. I call it quits that night. I'm done.
Yeah.
I tell Sharon, you give me an A. We're done. It's an automatic. And she even said she agreed with me. She'd give me an A if we got that on there.
Or did she say, "Fuck"?
She didn't say that. Have you ever heard? Yeah,
Hey, don't you have to play some commercials?
yeah, we're getting there. You just, you kind of.
It's not my fault.
Oh no, we
Like
enjoy
I said,
talking
it's
to you.
it's your show.
We
I
enjoy
mean,
talking to you though.
all right.
We're
well,
good.
like you got to make sure you're playing. You got to do your live PSA.
Yeah, we got the.
Tyler, have you done a live PSA yet?
Yes, he has,
Yeah,
but I got in trouble.
Sharon
Sharon
got
yelled
mad
at me,
because
yeah, so I have
it's
to do
not
it.
my class.
Yeah, so I have to do him because he can't do
Why
him. 'Cause-
can't you do one and he do one?
I don't know, because Sharon wants me to do all of it. 'Cause
Well,
that's the
guess
part Of the
what?
class.
Well, guess what? The radio GM says you.
That's
do
what
one.
I'm saying, man. Sharon, you go down. Okay. Hopefully she's not listening. That wouldn't be good.
She's sleeping.
No, she's playing with her kitty catties. She said she was
Watch
getting a
it,
dog
wa-
now.
Watch it. Watch
I think she said she's getting a dog. She said she was getting a dog,
Oh, fine.
and she was gonna call it. And she was gonna call it Slugger.
Slugger, why?
I don't know. So I said, okay, fine. So I can come over and slug it. I told her that.
Probably didn't take too kindly to that, did
No,
you?
she laughed and she said no because it'll. Because then she told me. And then she told me what kind of dog. I said, yeah, it'll probably eat me. And she said, yeah, it will. I'll train it to eat you.
Oh boy. Get Sharon going.
Yeah, get Sharon going.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, thanks for having me. Oh, well, actually, I just
You just
had
barged
myself-
on.
I just barged in.
No, you're the GM. You got every right.
Well,
to.
here's the thing. Zach's like, well, I talked about everything on Monday, so.
Yeah, we feel some
I was
time
like,
in
you know
here.
what? I'm just gonna come down here and talk a little bit.
Why
All
not?
right, sounds good.
Just make sure you get Kuma on tonight. If not
Cool.
tonight, sometime.
He won't.
I know he won't do
He
it.
won't come.
He's too scared.
Shield should call in one of these times.
Oh, Foldy.
Yeah.
Except he's a little mad at Tyler not getting his autograph.
Well,
What?
it was was it? It's tough getting those, isn't it?
What?
Those autographs
Wait, what one are we
for
talking about?
Macklin.
Macklin.
Oh yeah, Macklin did not.
But he
not
got a
sign.
hat and he got a glove, which
Macklin was
What, he just threw his glove up?
yeah,
or-
glove and hat.
Oh.
That's
And
tough.
basically the only one I got was Tamba Hali.
Tom
Yeah.
Holly's all right.
Not bad.
Yeah, Alex Smith wouldn't sign.
Well, he's a
Travis Kelsey
beep.
wouldn't sign. Then Terry Poe wouldn't sign.
Yeah.
And Eric Berry didn't even acknowledge anybody.
Oh wow.
It was
that's
just
nice.
like
You would think
really?
he would.
You would
Everybody
think he- yeah,
acknowledged
you'd
him
think
for
he
having
would.
cancer.
I had a really sweet photo of him to sign, but he wouldn't even sign it.
Well, he's on the road. They wanted to get out of there. They got beat.
The way
Well, actually, it was before the game, but
yeah, it was before the game. But
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows? I don't know. It's
No.
like I said. Some of these guys like to do it. Some of these guys are just like no.
They're
Yeah.
jerks.
And I figured
Oh,
Alex Smith
God.
I could bank on because it's
Wait,
Alex
who?
Smith. Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, yeah.
And I'm like, I figured I could bank on him.
He still got hurt feelings
And,
from
and
San
it's just like,
Francisco.
and he's just like, he looked at me and waved, and that was it.
Well, at least he waved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
Maybe it's they've seen you so many times they know who you
Alex
are.
Smith hasn't seen me.
Well, I'm just
Well,
saying.
Teddy's
I'm just
probably
saying.
seen it.
Yeah,
Ted-
Teddy's probably doesn't
Teddy
even want to
ate-
come.
Next time you see Teddy, let him know about Dippin' Dots. All right? Do you know about this?
No,
No, I
he
don't.
doesn't know about this.
He doesn't know about
No, he
Dippin'
doesn't know
Dots?
about Dippin' Dots.
Okay, so here's a Sports Zone thing for you. I'll make it quick because I got to get going here. But basically, Dippin' Dots is it's something that a lot of Minnesota quarterbacks haven't had. And what I mean by Dippin' Dots is when Teddy gets back, and I know he hasn't played the best. I mean, against Kansas City, but when you see him throw, there was one to Charles Johnson against none other than Green Bay.
Yeah.
Through a Dippin' Dot, and what a Dippin' Dot is basically a throw and catch that's long, like a long pass, like a Jarius going deep. And I still yet to see a Wallace one.
We're getting there. We
We're
had
getting there.
one. We had one.
We had one in the preseason.
but we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We got several years left.
So that's why on the Sports Zone I have a soundbite of theirs that says Teddy B dip them dots, and that's what he does.
Oh, there it is.
Teddy B.
Too. I think
Yeah, you can play
I think
it.
we can get
Go
it.
ahead.
Maybe we can get it on here.
Teddy B dip them dots. If Teddy ever wants to be on the show,
I'm telling you right now, we get Teddy to come on the show, you will be here.
well, he's going to be on the Zone.
No, he's going to be on our show first, then he can be on the zone.
No, I already called dibs on Teddy B.
Not if
We'll allow
the player or personnel of the Vikings
We'll,
get us in.
we'll allow you to use our interview on your show for the right price.
The right price.
For the right
But
price.
who? I'm sorry. Who's the radio GM here? I
Yeah.
forgot who that was.
That's the only thing you get.
I'm pretty sure if I get Teddy, it'd be me.
Okay, how about this? We can. I mean, he can be on Sports Live, and then he can be on
Sounds good.
the Zone.
Sounds good. We can work something out there.
All right, Tyler, you get worked on it.
Get working on that.
We are actually. We're still waiting to hear back from.
And we might even have AP for all we know.
And
And
Anthony Barr.
And Anthony Barr.
We might have stars. This might be a star lit out. But my life won't be. I won't quit until I have Tiger Woods or Tim Tebow on the show.
Oh, you're gross.
If I have Tiger Woods on
Good
my
luck.
show,
Mic drop. I'm done.
I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see Tiger Woods because the guy doesn't do anything. Tim Tebow, on the other hand, would be
he
something
lost
that could-
Lindsey Vonn. I mean, he's
Well,
probably
actually,
not
it sounds
doing
like they might be back together.
I don't know. Well,
There's stories on that, but
you
I don't.
work on that.
You know,
All right, I got to get going. You guys got to play commercials.
All right. Thanks for coming on there, Matt.
Oh, of course.
Well, we'll hit up commercial break and we'll come back and
Make sure you play every single one, too.
we will. We'll go on our commercial break. We'll come back and it'll be time for Pick'em time. So this is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. Trying to balance school, work, and a social life can be stressful for any college student. That is why Southwest Minnesota State University has professionals available to help you cope with any problems life throws your way. It also never is too soon to start thinking about your future, so stop by the counseling services, drop off your resume, and get top-notch career counseling to help propel you forward in today's job market. For more information or to schedule a free confidential appointment, go to the SMSU Counseling Services located across from the computer service on the first floor of BA.
If you're looking to get into shape or even a place to stay active, then the Fitness Center is a place for you. Our SMSU Fitness Center is free to all enrolled SMSU students, and for a small fee, faculty can utilize the facility too. Make sure to bring your student ID in with you to show the worker at the front desk. The Fitness Center is open every day of the week. You heard me, every day. Their hours start at 6:30 a.m. Monday through Friday for all the early birds and close at 10 p.m. through Thursday for the night owls. Weekend hours include 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday and 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday, with a variety of workout equipment from treadmills and ellipticals to dumbbells and strength machines. You can easily find something that's just your speed. The Fitness Center is even equipped with 3 large TVs so you don't have to skip out on your favorite shows. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to the RA 124 and get your workout on today.
And now, I'll send it right back over to meteorologist Tyler Meyer.
Well, it's dropped temperature,
What are we at, like 80 degrees below zero?
43.
No, come on, that's not cold.
Winds at 8 miles an hour still. Once again, Thursday 66, low of 48. Friday 100% chance of rain, 60 and 44. Saturday 60 and 39. Sunday 63 and 40. And Monday 58 and 46 for the low. And that's the weather here.
That's your weather for this evening. Now it's time for the great times that we have, and it's pick'em time.
Good times, come on. Celebrate the victory today.
Okay, that's enough. All right, we're going to start out with college football, and then when we get done with the college football pick, we'll take a quick music break, and then we'll finish up with the NFL picks. So starting things out, I believe it starts out Thursday night, I believe again. Number 22, Temple on the road taking on East Carolina. East Carolina is a 2.5-point favorite.
East Carolina.
You got East Carolina. Now I can actually write these things down. Makes it easier than have to go back to my dorm and remember all this.
So I've been cheated all these weeks.
You have not been cheated. They've been right. 'Cause I just remember which ones we picked opposite. Otherwise, most of them have been the same, so it's just going down the road. I like East Carolina. However, we've played them twice. Gators have played them twice and beat them both, so we'll go Temple.
Ooh.
We have number 20, Cal. I forgot to write this down, because they're not playing an unranked UCLA team. They're playing a ranked UCLA team, but I just got to look now. Made a mistake, my mistake. When you write too fast, it's just what happens.
Is UCLA
Oh, no,
still
it is. No, they are not ranked. My bad. I was right. I didn't think I was right, but I am right. So number 20, Cal, on the road taking on UCLA. UCLA is the 3-point favorites, excuse me.
I'm going to go Cal.
You're going Cal? I like Cal, too, because they do got the best quarterback. The top potential quarterback in the draft. We have number 18, Memphis, on the road taking on Tulsa. Memphis is 10.5-point favorites.
Memphis.
Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis it is. Is this going to be one of these weeks where we just pick all the same teams
Probably.
again? We have number 6, Clemson, on the road taking on Miami of Florida. Clemson is 6.5-point favorites.
Clemson.
Clemson. This might be one of those weeks where it's just boring. Maybe not. I don't know. Iowa State on the road taking on number 2, Baylor. Baylor's 37-point favorites.
Baylor Bears.
The Baylor Bears. Did you actually have to think about that?
No.
I think you were. Looking through this glass, I thought you were.
Well, the glass must be foggy.
I thought you were thinking, maybe Iowa State, maybe Baylor.
No, if you said Iowa, maybe.
Yeah, that would be a good matchup right now. We have number 20. Okay, I gotta look this up, make sure I'm looking at this right, because I don't think I am. But number 21, Houston versus Central Florida. I was right. I thought I was looking at this wrong. Houston's 21-point favorites.
Houston.
Houston, we have a problem.
Isn't that kind of funny? They're number 21 and they're 21-point favorites.
That must be meaning good news that they're going to win. I'm guessing. Number 19, Toledo, excuse me, versus University of Massachusetts, excuse me, UMass. I'm like looking Massachusetts.
You don't even have to give the...
Toledo's 14.5-point
Yeah,
favorites.
Toledo.
It is.
You don't even have to give the line on that one.
Oh, we've had one change. We have one difference, and that's it so far. Not bad. Not great. Tennessee, the Tennessee Volunteers on the road against number 8, Alabama. Alabama's 15.5-point favorites.
Alabama.
You know what stinks? Not only do we not get to pick the Gophers or pick against, like in my case, or don't get to pick the Florida game, we don't get to pick the Michigan game because they don't play this week.
Oh, yeah.
That stinks because then Tina would call. But now that we're not picking, she's probably not going to call. Dang.
Yeah, and we're kind of short on time right now.
Yeah, we are actually getting down there. Well, we got about, 25 minutes. We got the full all till 10 o'clock. Here's a good game. This is a different one. Number 23, Duke. Yes, the Duke Blue Devils. Number 23, Duke versus on the road versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, 2.5-point favorites. You want me to play some Jeopardy music?
Virginia Tech.
You're going to VT. You're going VT. I'm feeling Duke this week.
Are you?
I'm feeling Duke.
Okay.
Because I believe you took Duke last time when they won. So I'm taking Duke. Texas Tech on the road taking on number 17, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's 14.5-point favorites.
Oklahoma.
I remember last time they were big-time double-digit favorites. They did lose. And we picked them both. So we'll both go Oklahoma again. If I know how to spell Oklahoma anymore. As I write this down as quickly as possible. We have Kansas on the road taking on number 14, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, 32.5-point favorites.
Oklahoma State.
Not taking a Kansas team. Well, it's not basketball, so. If it was basketball, then I'd take Kansas. No matter what. All right, so again, we've been the same since the first one. Indiana on the road taking on at number 7, Michigan State. Michigan State, 16.5-point favorites.
Michigan State.
MSU. Western Kentucky versus number 5, LSU. LSU, 15-point favorites.
LSU.
As much as I hurt to say it, LSU. I can't take against LSU this week. Here's an interesting one. Here's the one that I think was the other one I was looking at. Number 15, Texas A&M. On the road, taking on number 24, Ole Miss. Ole Miss, 6-point favorites.
Ole Miss.
You going Ole Miss?
No, I take that back. Texas A&M.
What are you going with? I just wrote Ole Miss down.
Texas A&M.
Oh, I wrote Ole Miss down. That means you got to go Ole Miss.
Well, fine. We'll go Ole Miss.
Well, it sounded like you were really hardened on Ole Miss, and then all of a sudden I started writing something down, and then you changed mine.
We'll go Ole Miss. I'll keep it.
You were like diehard, and then I started writing something on my paper, and then all of a sudden you changed. What was the deal with that?
I don't know. I was second guessing.
Is it because I picked A&M?
I have no idea who you picked.
I am taking Texas A&M. Here's the reason why. Ole Miss played Florida. Got their bohoonies kicked.
Yep.
They played Houston. Got their bohoonies kicked. That's a simple reason, but that's me. All right, number 9, Florida State on the road taking on Georgia Tech. Florida State is only 5-point favorites.
Florida State.
FSU, as much as it hurts for me to say it. Florida State University. This is the most interesting one I've seen when I was reading the lines. I think this is wrong, and I think ESPN might have or printed. That's just disgusting, man. Might have done their thing wrong, but number 3, Utah on the road taking on USC. USC is 3.5-point favorites. Yeah, that's just what I wrote. That I read. I'm gonna check to see if they changed that, but there's something I swear to God has got to be wrong.
But anyway, I'm going Utah.
No, and wait a second. It's a 4.5-point favorites now.
Oh,
It's gone from 3.5 to 4.5 point.
Did
favorites.
something happen in Utah? Is there breaking news?
I have no idea, but yeah, they're. I just It's I should figure out why they're favored. Maybe we can get something to say why they're favored. There's a video here saying why they're favored, so they are actually favored. So it's not a fluke.
Okay.
As soon as this commercial's done, I'll put it on, and maybe we can find out why. Because it's confusing. The number 3 team in the nation's they're underdogs against a non-ranked opponent, and it's USC of all the. Let's see if we got it here. Yep, here we go.
Utah goes to take on USC, and not just Las Vegas, but ESPN's FPI has Utah as the underdog. According to our FPI, USC with a 72% chance of winning that game. Do you agree with both Vegas and the ESPN computers?
I don't know that it's that overwhelming. I mean, you look at the Vegas line, I think it opened at about a field goal.
So interesting. Wow. So who do you got? Just give me a second. I'll get it up for you.
You will?
Yeah. as soon as I get, Back to the Future off.
I'm confused what you're doing.
Give me a second. Oopsies.
I've given you 3.
Just give me a second. Here we go.
Utah.
You're going Utah. So you don't believe in ESPN, or you don't believe in Vegas at all?
I do, but Utah wins this game.
Yeah, I'm going. I wasn't going to go against Utah. We have number 1 Ohio State on the road taking on Rutgers. Ohio State 21-point favorites.
OH.
IO.
Ohio State.
Yeah. As much as it hurts for me to do it, I pick them. And then this one, Washington on the road taking on number 10 Stanford. They had no over-under, so it must be, I don't know, even. I'm guessing we'll say even.
Stanford.
Stanford it is. I was going to take Stanford one way or another. So we had a total of two differences. At least it doesn't come down to one game.
True.
We have 2 differences in that one. That was the Temple East Carolina game and the A&M Ole Miss game. So, not bad picks.
No.
Thought they went well.
Now the NFL.
We will get to the NFL soon. Anything you want to talk about? You made from since you weren't here Monday, and I ended up talking about all the NCAA. Anything you want to talk about from last week quickly before we do hit song break?
Just the Gophers getting.
Well, we talked
crushed.
about Gopher. Anything but the Gophers, right? Any other games that you and then the Michigan,
we talked about the Michigan
game.
State.
Outside of that, anything you wanted to add in?
Not really.
Not really. It was kind of a. I mean, it was a good week.
It was
a good week of football. Exciting things that happened, but outside of Michigan State, the Florida LSU game, it was a normal week.
Yep.
So, well, that'll do it for our NCAA picks. We're gonna take a quick song break, and then we'll get to our NFL picks and wrap up tonight's show. So this is, again, Sports Live on Mustang Radio.
Whoa, 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 I'm on fire!
That's enough. I heard you for the last, 45 seconds. Can't believe you didn't notice that right away.
What, I was on air? Oh, my goodness. I just got a text saying nice singing.
Well, you didn't notice it. I put your mic on when you're singing because I figured it was funny, and I thought you might notice you were on.
I did not notice I was on.
It took you like 20 seconds before you went like this, and you pointed like you thought you were actually on.
I thought maybe, but I was like, no, there's no way you'd put me on. But okay.
Nice singing. So you got me drumming, and now I got you singing.
I guess so. Fair enough.
I guess so.
Maybe I can be a celebrity. Somebody might call for a record label.
I could. I'm like sitting there, I have it on, and I can hear you playing this day, and I'm like, how don't you notice that you're not on?
I didn't notice.
I'm like sitting there, and you're like, you kept singing, and it's like I'm like sitting here, like, you didn't notice why I was laughing at you?
Nope. Most of the time I had my eyes closed.
It was funny though. I was gonna jack it up so I really could hear it, but you can't believe you didn't hear it.
Nope.
Maybe I'll have to take you back to that spot after the show on our recording and show you where it was.
Oh boy.
All right, time for NFL picks. Anything you want to talk about from last week? Before we get
Vikings with the big defense.
No offense, big defense.
Yep. Well,
No offense.
Stephon Diggs.
No offense.
Stephon Diggs.
Okay, one guy. No AP. Nothing.
No, because you listen to Zimmer afterwards.
Yeah.
And
Zimmer
the
had a
line
kick.
ain't penetrating. The line ain't pushing holes. The line ain't blocking.
Man, well,
AP
get fat then.
AP can't run.
Yeah, he can run outside like he did in college.
Yeah,
Not
but
north and south, east and
by the
west.
time he gets outside, there's a defender already in the
Well, I
backfield.
thought this guy was invincible.
He
He's not.
is, but
He's not
when
invincible.
you're
Okay.
whatever.
He's not invincible.
I'm done arguing.
All right. So getting into this week, should be another good week of NFL. What are you doing, man? You're creeping me out. You getting more text messages saying you're getting?
They love my singing.
Was that before we? Or was that when you sing late there? Or was that during the song? Is the question.
I don't know. We'll figure it
I
out.
don't know. So, our first game, Thursday Night Football tomorrow night. Seattle on the road taking on San Francisco. Seattle are 6.5-point favorites.
Ouch. You had to give me that one, didn't you?
Well, that is Thursday night's game. And tomorrow is Thursday.
Oh, that's tough.
I can't just put it behind Monday night's game and say, well, that's, the last game of the week. It's the first game of the week. Do I need
As
to
much
put
as I
Jeopardy?
want to, as much
Do
as
I
I
need to
want to
put
go,
Jeopardy on?
no.
Okay.
As much as I want to go San Fran, I don't think Kaepernick has got 3 games in a row where he's actually played well. So I got to go Russell Wilson and the Seahawks.
Beast mode's going off tomorrow night. It's going to help my fantasy. Seattle.
Okay.
We got, of course, actually, wait a second. even though it's toward the bottom of my, actually, it's after the Minnesota game. Buffalo against Jacksonville in London. This game is an 8:30 start and only on Yahoo. This
What?
is playing on Yahoo. Yes, Yahoo is streaming this game.
So it's not going to be on TV.
I don't think it is. I think it's just Yahoo. I'm going to triple check it, but I think it's just Yahoo.
That sounds gross.
Yahoo.
Yahoo!
Well, I think you lost your record label there.
Oh.
Let me see it just the bold word like you normally says. It says Yahoo. Yeah, it says TV is Yahoo. So it's Yahoo is the only thing that's streaming it in London, and it's Yahoo.
Well, I'm going to go Yahoo for the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills it is for you. Well, Buffalo is 6-point favorites, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Only 6?
Only 6. I think I'm going to stick with Buffalo. I think even though I like Jacksonville, how they're playing. Are you okay over there?
Yeah.
I don't know if you are.
My head hurts.
Oh, and we know that. You don't have my brain, so I don't know how it hurts. But a bump. All right. Minnesota on the road, taking on Detroit. You're heading over to the Port Town, USA. Minnesota only 2.5-point favorites.
Minnesota. AP gets going. Teddy manages the game again. Our defense steps up. We win.
Calvin Johnson, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You are delusional. You need help.
I need him for fantasy. No, I don't, actually. Calvin Johnson dominates.
You're going Detroit?
Heck no, I'm going Minnesota.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I had you going there like, oh my.
I thought you were.
That's what I was going to be like. Yeah, Stafford goes nuts. Golden Tate has a huge game. I start him. He goes crazy. Da-da-da-da-da.
He will probably have a touchdown on our
Golden
against
Tate?
us. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not starting him, so I don't give a rat's butt. Tampa Bay on the road taking on Washington. Washington 3.5-point favorites.
Ooh. I'm taking the
Who?
Tampa.
I didn't hear you.
I'm taking Tampa.
Shut your mic off.
I'm taking Tampa.
I'm taking Tampa. Sounds good. I'm taking Tampa too.
Dougie Fresh wins that game.
Tampa 2.
Tampa 2.
Get it? Tampa 2?
Tampa 2 defense.
I figured you mean understand that. Yeah, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin's going to have a good game.
Yeah.
Help my fantasy again.
Yep, help me win some money.
Next one, Atlanta on the road taking on Tennessee. Atlanta is only 3.5-point favorites.
Devontae Freeman, does that not ring a bell to anybody?
They did get beat by New Orleans on Thursday night.
But
last week,
that's New Orleans.
and they suck.
Yes.
Or they have
But
sucked.
New Orleans is still New Orleans. Tennessee's,
Mariota sounds like Mariota's going to play this week.
yeah, but how effective?
He said he had the same problem at Oregon, and we know how good he was at Oregon.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything real crazy in the NFL.
He
So,
has week 1,
well, week 1, but
Week 2.
where's that been the last
week 3,
4 weeks?
week 4, week 5,
He hasn't really done
week
anything.
6, week 7. Okay, no, I'm joking.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm going Atlanta. I just think Matt Ryan's got a fire lit under his buttocks. New Orleans on the road taking on Indianapolis. Indy's 4.5-point favorites.
Andrew Luck. And the Colts.
You think they got enough?
Yep.
Yeah, you got that right. Pittsburgh on the road taking on Kansas City. Pittsburgh at 2-point favorites.
I wish I knew if Big Ben was going to be back.
No. So sounds like Landry Jones is going to start.
Ooh, they're going Landry Jones.
Mm-hmm. Big Ben's like really, really. You want to talk about? He's like really, 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 really. I can keep saying it. Questionable.
Kansas City.
You're going KC. I think Landry Jones is going to have a good game. I'm
Okay.
going Pitt.
Go Pitt.
I'm going to go Pitt this time.
Go Pitt.
Cleveland on the road taking on St. Louis. St. Louis is 5.5-point favorites.
St. Louis defense is tough. St. Louis defense. St. Louis defense.
What are you saying? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Tyler. What are you saying? You speak up a little bit.
St. Louis defense is
Joking.
tough, but I'm gonna go Cleveland,
Yuck. Well, you did predict them to win the division, so
and this is the first time I'm actually predicting them to win.
I'm going St. Louis. Can't trust Cleveland.
Okay,
Can't trust Cleveland.
fair enough.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
You're not just nodding at me, not knowing what I'm saying, because I know you're.
You said okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay, okay,
Because I know sometimes you can't hear me
Okay.
because you get
Okay.
no hearing.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Next game we got Houston. Houston on the road taking on Miami. Miami 4-point favorites.
Houston.
Houston, we have a problem. I'm going Miami. This is why. I think this new interim head coach is a real bad beep. Fill in the blank.
You mean like real bad
Butt.
beep?
Like a big
Bad beep?
butt.
Bad beep?
He's a
Bad beep?
bad butt.
Bad beep?
I wonder if this works on live. I've actually never tried this on air. I have a cursing button or censor button. I don't know if it works. I'm going to try it here quick. See if this thing works. I have like a cursing button. There we go. It does work.
Bad beep.
But you can hear me still.
Bad beep.
So a bad
Bad.
butt. Let's put it that way. We'll put it in the appropriate terms. Bad butt. I have Miami because they kicked the crap out last week. So next game, pretty easy. We'll take the same team, so I'll just write it down in there, but I'll still say it.
Are you talking the Patriots game?
The Jets on the road taking on New England. New England 9-point favorites.
New England.
That's why I said I'll just write it down. Oakland on the road taking on the San Diego Chargers. San Diego 4-point favorites.
San Diego, Phillip Rivers has another big game.
You got that right. Dallas on the road taking on the Giants of New York. Giants are 3.5-point favorites. Beep. Beep.
Matt.
What? What are you saying? Huh? I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying?
Matt Castle, Dallas Cowboys.
You're going with Dallas. You're going with Dallas. And as bad as the Giants played last week,
You got to go Dallas,
I
bro.
have to. I just can't think of it. I probably will end up changing it later in the week. Like, not ours, but my other one that I pay money actually to do.
Okay.
And that one I might. Philadelphia, Sunday Night Football. Philadelphia on the road taking on can't shut his mouth, Cam Newton. Or how did I say it? Just shut your
Just
mouth.
shut your mouth.
Just shut your mouth, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton
in
and
Carolina.
Cam Newton wins
Carolina's
this.
3-point favorites.
Cam Newton wins this, improve to 6-0.
7-0.
7-0, yeah.
All right. Should we both take care of O-line now? I don't think we've... Oh, yeah, we've had a couple, I think.
The Pittsburgh game.
We had 3 straight, actually.
3 straight?
Yeah, because I took Pittsburgh, you took Kansas City, I took St. Louis, you took Cleveland, I took Miami, you took Houston.
Oh, wow.
We had 3 straight, actually. And the last game, Baltimore on the road taking on Arizona for Monday Night Football.
Arizona.
As much as it hates me to do it because I'm going to have Joe Flacco as my starting quarterback and Steve Smith as my starting wide receiver, I go Arizona.
Okay.
I hate that I have to do it, but I have to do it. I don't know why I have to do it, but just because I know Arizona's going to win.
I wonder if Tina's listening.
Who knows if Tina's listening? I don't think she is. Probably forgot tonight.
She might have. I don't think. If she is, she can call in.
Give a
as we
quick
speak.
call in. Minute and a half
Quick
left.
call in.
Quick call in. Minute and a half call in. She probably forgot to listen tonight.
I think she forgot.
Because I figured she'd call in earlier and she forgot to listen.
She'd normally call in.
She called in Monday right away as soon as she said she even waited for me to get to the Michigan game.
Yeah.
And called in right away as soon as I finished talking Michigan.
Unless, you know, she kind of realized that we were kind of scrambling the last half an hour.
We weren't really scrambling.
Well, not scrambling, but we kind of didn't get to talk full. We didn't get to talk
What
fully.
the heck is that? Oh, it's like moving up these. I don't even know what button
That was
is.
weird.
Yeah, it's like moving up a button and it just made that noise. I don't know.
Real interesting. I love it. Oh, Tina did forget to listen.
Why? What'd you say?
She commented on the video we shared.
She forgot
And,
to listen?
She said, "Oh no, I forgot to listen tonight."
Oh. Bummer.
Bummer.
Well, that's going to wrap up our show for tonight. We'll be back again bright and early. No, not bright and early Monday morning. No, because I won't be up bright and early. But we'll be back Monday nights again, and we'll, of course, talk about how our picks went. Probably talk some more baseball after everything's all figured out after this weekend. And what other stuff that's on topic that we talk about.
Wait,
So,
what?
Yeah, you're not even paying attention. So, that's again going to do it for me, your host, Zach Cully, and my great old co-host in the box,
Tyler Meyer.
We
will
see
be
you
back
on Monday.
This is Sports Live.
Oh, I thought you were going to finish it off. You just kind of ran off the
Oh,
mic.
I said this is Sports Live with Tyler and Zach.
On Mustang Radio.